Strengthening and Improvement for Marine Litter Response in Indonesia was a cooperative project between the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries of the Republic of Korea and the Ministry of Maritime Affairs and Investment Coordination of Indonesia, carried out for 3 years from 2019 to 2021 by Korea Marine Environment Management Corporation and RC of East Asia Network. With marine pollution caused by marine litter emerging as a global problem, the Republic of Korea and Indonesia are working together to achieve UN's Sustainable Development Goal 14.1 by helping to significantly reduce marine pollution of all kinds, in particular from land-based activities, including marine litters. The main components of this project consist of strengthening marine debris management capabilities, developing beach litter monitoring programs, and developing public awareness programs. Education and training workshops were held every year from 2019 to 2021 to build capacity in managing marine litter. The first workshop was held in Labuan Bajo, Indonesia in October 2019. About 30 people, including civil servants in charge of marine litter management, researchers from universities and research institutes, and NGO activists, participated in the workshop. The workshop was held for 4 days and consisted of an introduction to marine litter, a workshop on the methodology for monitoring coastal litter, field practice, and lectures on marine litter policies. As an overview of marine litter problems, the current realities of global marine litter pollution and the overall global response were examined. During a lecture on policies, the basic framework of marine litter policies of Republic of Korea and Indonesia and the policy measures addressing the problems faced by both countries were studied in detail. Regarding coastal litter monitoring, lectures and field training were conducted to compare the monitoring methodologies of the 2 countries. Participants had the experience of collecting, classifying, and recording beach litter according to the methodologies implemented in both countries. In addition, a pilot survey was conducted on 5 survey sites along the coast of Labuan Bajo. The pilot monitoring results were collected the following day, and basic statistical analysis results were introduced to the participants. These 5 coastal monitoring sites were surveyed again in 2021 to compare the differences between the 2 years. We also prepared a marine litter textbook for our workshop participants. The textbook contains detailed explanations and examples on the topic of each lecture. We have provided the textbook in English as a PDF file, which will help you to find any questions that you may have at any time, even after the workshop. The participants' satisfaction with the workshop was very high due to the dedicated lectures on appropriate topics and field trainings. In particular, most of the participants evaluated the content of the workshop, the professionalism and preparedness of the instructors, and the educational facility as excellent. In 2020, a workshop was organized with topics that were desired by the participants, but it had to be canceled due to the pandemic. Instead, we provided online video lectures that could be used for monitoring marine litter and developing policies. The 13 video lectures include the results of the 2019 workshop, the results of the pilot survey on beach litter, the method on estimating the present amount of marine litter and its inflow, and examples for marine environmental policy, theory, and practice. In particular, In 2020, the content on microplastics was further supplemented. Additionally, lectures on the current status and research trends on microplastic pollution around the world, the causes and roots of microplastics in the marine environment, and the comparison of survey methods for mega, macro, and microplastics were added. The workshop for 2021 was also held online over a 4-day schedule in July due to the pandemic. This year's workshop gave a detailed introduction to the United Nations and other international efforts to combat marine litter, and focused on finding ways in which Korea and Indonesia can contribute. Organizers in the Republic of Korea and Indonesia maximized the advantages of using an online conference tool and created a successful workshop. The Indonesian Ministry of Maritime Affairs gathered more than 120 participants from all over the country. There were many participants from distant regions who would not have been able to participate if it had been held offline. In addition, by utilizing the built-in function of the online conference tool, simultaneous English to Indonesian interpretation was provided to help participants not fluent in English to understand the contents of the workshop. The workshop began with opening remarks from Dr. Nani Hendiarti, Deputy Minister for Environment and Forestry Management from the Coordinating Ministry for Maritime Investment Affairs.
Having these policies and activities that we have implemented, so we really need to have the appropriate monitoring system to ensure that we are still on the right track and achieve the national target.
Dr. Hendiarti emphasized the importance of cooperation between the Republic of Korea and Indonesia in responding to the problems of marine litter. During the 4 days of the workshop, lecture topics included the efforts of the international community and regional seas on marine litter, monitoring methods for marine litter, research trends regarding microplastics, marine litter surveys using citizen science, and the policy development methodologies. In particular, an actual case of an awareness-raising education program carried out in Indonesia and the Republic of Korea were shared during the workshop.
Is to successfully host this virtual workshop with you, and on the basis of the review of the existing fish litter monitoring methods in Indonesia.
In particular, during the policy development session, there was active participation by the participants along with the lecturers. Participants learned how to evaluate policy priorities using the Importance Performance Analysis tool, and they also got a chance to evaluate policy alternatives on reducing marine plastics. Additionally, participants were able to practice and develop a specific marine litter response policy using the conceptual model and results chain.
In 2018, if I'm not mistaken, we have a sample beach litter from one beach in Kalimantan.
All lectures were followed by a question and answer session, and both participants and lecturers actively asked and answered questions to broaden their understanding on marine litter problems. Another thing to note regarding the 2021 workshop is the creation of a website solely dedicated to the workshop. The website included a workshop schedule, introduction of the lecturers, lecture materials, a Q&A board, and more. In particular, the Q&A board was a helpful feature that was particularly useful in overcoming communication barriers that often arise when more than 100 people are simultaneously online. Participants and lecturers posted their questions on the Q&A board at any time during the workshop, and lecturers promptly responded. Questions and answers were available online for 2 weeks after the workshop was over. Participants rated the 2021 workshop as very satisfactory. Just like 2019, educational components, professionalism of the lecturers and their preparedness were highly rated by the participants. Participants also gave high marks for the relevancy of the workshop and for meeting their expectations.
The workshop has been successfully conducted. I'm great. The workshop has covered a lot of issues on marine litter.
During the workshops conducted over the past 3 years, participants from the Republic of Korea and Indonesia have enhanced their ability to identify the causes and impacts of marine litter and have developed the means to solve marine litter problems. Participants have also gotten a chance to learn about the international trend on marine litter research, monitoring and survey methodologies, and on ways to communicate with the public regarding marine litter problems. More importantly, the greatest achievement was enabling participants to learn about the entities mitigating marine litter in Indonesia and in the Republic of Korea, and helping them to realize the next steps to further develop the cooperative relationship of both countries. The second key element of this project is beach litter monitoring. Effectively reducing marine litter requires identifying the distribution and the source of marine litter, and therefore long-term monitoring conducted regularly can be a solution. For this project, we have created a manual that would be helpful when carrying out beach litter monitoring and videos to guide monitoring efforts. The Beach Litter Monitoring Manual created for this project enables the methodology used in the National Beach Litter Monitoring by the Republic of Korea to be implemented in Indonesia. The manual includes selection criteria for beaches, methods on selecting survey sites within the beach, ways to classify and estimate litter, and safety guidelines to be followed during a field survey. The items on the survey card are also configured to reflect the types of litter actually found on Indonesian beaches. The manual has photos of marine litter as an example for each item, according to the classification criteria, making it easy for anyone to easily identify and record the types of litter. We also produced a monitoring guide video to help users to better understand beach litter monitoring. This video, which is about 10 minutes long, introduces the research methodology of monitoring beach litter in detail. Anyone can follow this video and survey beach litter according to the protocol. Referring to the Beach Litter Monitoring Manual and video, local monitoring was conducted of Labuan Pajang Island in Indonesia in September 2021. For comparison of the 2019 to 2021 monitoring results, the same 5 points surveyed at the local workshop in 2019 were selected. The beach litter monitoring was conducted by an organization called IWP, Indonesia Waste Platform in Indonesia. Volunteers of IWP collected debris in the survey area and measured and recorded the number and weight according to a prescribed format. In order to easily collect, manage, and distribute the results of these monitoring surveys, a website called Monitoring Platform was created. All surveyors participating in the monitoring survey can easily access and input data regardless of location, time, or country. The data collected by using the monitoring platform can be managed all at once, and anyone who needs the monitoring data can access and use the data if they are given permission. The surveyor can input the survey data and easily save it. Data uploaded by multiple surveyors are uploaded to the corresponding platform, and a simple aggregation graph for monitoring results. As the results of the beach monitoring in Labuan Bajo, a total of 1,475 and 982 items were found in 2019 and 2021, respectively. Their weights were 60,016 and 62,358 grams for each year. More items were found in 2019, whereas their weights were heavier in 2021. The number of beach debris in 2019 was the highest in Site 2, recording 586 items, followed by Site 1 and Site 5. It was the highest in Site 2, recording 513 items, followed by Site 1 and Site 3 in 2021. The weight of the debris was the in Site 1 and Site 2 in 2019 and 2021, recording 23,654 grams and 11,986 grams, respectively. Plastic in number was the predominant material for both years, occupying 86.2% and 76.2%, respectively. The proportions of its weight were the highest in 2019 and 2021. However, their percentages were not so much high as those of number, accounting for 45.7% and 50.3%, respectively, for both years. Top 10 items of plastics occupied most of plastics, occupying 86% and 93% in 2019 and 2021, respectively. Beverage bottle and lid was the most abundant item in 2019, occupying 17%, followed by film fragment and plastic food wrapper. It also ranked the first in 2021, and their percentage was elevated as high as 31%, followed by packaging strap and plastic sachet plastic wrapper.
Sebagai tim leader dari kegiatan Citizen Science ini, saya sangat bangga bahwa saya bisa membagikan pengetahuan bagaimana cara mengukur volume sampah lautan kepada teman-teman di sini, sehingga kemudian kita bisa memikirkan bagaimana solusi yang tepat untuk menanggulangi masalah ini, dan kita bisa mulai dari Labuan Bajo. Saya pikir ini pengetahuan yang sangat berguna untuk saya dan teman-teman.
Terima kasih, saya selaku dive instructor di Labuan Bajo sangat bangga dilibatkan kegiatan kemarin karena hal baru atau pengetahuan baru buat saya dalam hal mengukur volume sampah lautan khususnya di Labuan Bajo.
For the 2021 project, we developed a promotional leaflet and a promotional video as a public awareness raising material that can help prevent marine litter in Indonesia. Plastic ice bags for fishing were selected as the main target litter for the awareness-raising material, as these were most frequently found, according to the 2019 of Labuan Bajo monitoring results. The past 3 years of strengthening and improvement for marine litter response in Indonesia started as a great step towards a plastic-free ocean, with Indonesia and the Republic of Korea sharing each other's experiences and information. Through the monitoring efforts conducted of Labuan Bajo, we were able to identify the most abundant type of litter, and efforts to reduce are actually underway. This is only the beginning. Going forward, the cooperation between the two countries will enable more monitoring efforts on the beaches of Indonesia and help raise more awareness among citizens regarding the problems of marine litter. This joint effort will contribute contribute to the UN Sustainable Development Goal of significantly reducing marine litter by 2025 and the G20's aim for zero additional marine plastics by 2050.